What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Sports Group. Today, I'm going to be giving you the defensive free agency signings of the day. I gave you the offensive. Now you'll get the defensive, assuming you watch this in chronological order. Just a quick announcement. We've got a channel just dedicated to giving you short clips. So if that's anything that interests you at all, please go check out the Sports Scoop clips. We'd really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it. It was a busy day today. At 5, I've got inside linebacker Bud Dupree going over to the Tennessee Titans. And Bud Dupree, for me, is the most important piece to that Pittsburgh defense. And that's why I have him on the – he's not the best player. He's not the flashiest player, but he's their shot caller. He's their leader. And since Shazier had the freak accident, which is really sad, Bud Dupree has really just taken over for him and impressively been able to make that defense better than it was before. And Bud Dupree, when he was injured this season, he had a bad injury at the middle of the season, but they were 10-0 when he was on the field. When he was off it, they went 1-5 and lost in the playoffs by a long shot. Shows you how important it is to have a big play caller in there, but he's not the flashiest of players. So I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10, Bud Dupree to the Tennessee Titans. At 4, I've got Trey Hendrickson going to the Cincinnati Bengals, and I would have this higher. He had 13.5 sacks this year, which is unreal, but I'm not going to blindly stick to this season stats. The truth of the matter is he wasn't really highly recruited coming out of college. He wasn't exactly the greatest player in season 1, and who knows what he'll be when they put an extra tight end on him or they put another running back on him. He's now known, which proves to be difficult for some guys after their breakout year. And him coming into Cincinnati where they lost Carl Lawson, going to the Jets. He didn't make our list, but just thought I'd shout that out. Trey Hendrickson's now the only guy that they're really, really going to need to worry about going forward at the quarterback. So they're going to have to put some more coverage on him. So that's why I don't have him being the highest ranked player on this list or really near that. But Trey Hendrickson is definitely worth mentioning. 13.5 sacks. It's ridiculous for a player of his draft caliber and what we expected out of him. So that's why he's on this list at 4. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Pick 3, and this is a bit controversial, at least from what I've been seeing. Yannick Ngakoue, I've been seeing that this wasn't the greatest move from the Raiders to invest in a talent like him, but I disagree. I think he was an absolute beast over in Jacksonville. He's still 26 years old. He didn't fit in at Minnesota. I never saw that being the fit that would work for him. And Yannick Ngakoue at the Baltimore Ravens was actually a really good player. He just was on a short contract. So I think bringing him into the Vegas Raiders where he can side with Max Crosby as rushers of the passer, and you can drop Cleveland Farrell back into an outside linebacker spot. It's a really dangerous pass rush to play against, and that's why I have Yannick Ngakoue here. He wasn't really, really expensive, 2 years, $28 million contract. So I'm going to have him ranked as an 8.5 out of 10, closer to a 9. At 2, we've got the man, the myth, the legend. That was cringy. Shaquille Barrett from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's on a mission. He got drafted by the Denver Broncos very late, and he just never could get past where Von Miller was. He could never get past that. So he went over to Tampa Bay. He worked, and he finally got his payday. I'm so proud of the guy. I don't even think they paid him enough, though. There's guys like Leonard Williams. No disrespect to Leonard Williams, who's a good player. He's being paid $26 million a year. He wants to be paid $26 million a year. And Shaquille Barrett's only getting paid $18. And I know it's ridiculous. $18 million a year is a lot of money. But if you're talking about the best edge rushers in the league or outside linebackers in the league, Shaquille Barrett's in that conversation. So I think he deserves to be paid more than what they paid him. But going on to our pick number 1, and this is an impact player if I've ever seen one, Matthew Judon going to the New England Patriots. And the Patriots made moves today. I think Matthew Judon potentially might be the most underappreciated player in the NFL. I'm not saying the most underrated player. It's very different. The most underappreciated player, because his team didn't appreciate him. Every time he would step on the field, the Baltimore Ravens were able to do their job. And here's the thing. The Ravens have had excellent outside linebackers in the past. Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, C.J. Mosley was more of an inside linebacker, but him and Judon did their thing. And Matthew Judon, and we're not recognizing Matthew Judon in that category, but he was able to lead this team defensively to have one of the best defenses in the league. And I know they have the secondary. I know they've got Patrick Queen in there. I know they've got Calais Campbell, and they had Ngakoue this year. But Matthew Judon was the heartbeat of that excellent defense. And I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 from the New England Patriots. They snatched a big player there, and I really like what they did. And that's going to be all for today. It was an action-packed free agency day. Let me know what you disagree with, what you agree with. Don't make fun of me for what I said about Shaquille Barrett. And just give me some feedback. Let me know. Make sure to check out the Sports Scoop Clips channel. If you want to read some articles we wrote in the past, we've got a website. We'll post it down in the description. And thanks. We'll be back tomorrow with more content. See you.